line was cut off. I got a call from my daughter asking me when I'll reach. The dinner reservations at 7. It's already 6, so yeah, they are panicky whether I'll arrive or not. Well, the disconnection wasn't because of the SIM card, that's for sure. I just got a call just now. So yeah, when you get a call while you were in Facebook Live, it will terminate. I'm 59 kilometers from the border, so that's a relief. For those that just tuned in, yes, I'm on my way back to Singapore to celebrate the Mid-Autumn Festival with my kids. We are going to a restaurant for our reunion dinner. It's been about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks since I've last saw them. Yes, you're back. I'm back too. Yeah, I was disconnected from a call that I received earlier. So rest assured, the cloud SIM is working. Normally, when I cross the border from Malaysia to Singapore, that's where there will be a network switch. That's when we see whether the handover is good or it's bad. But even though if it just disconnects a bit, I believe that it's still okay as well. In the next whatever we are doing is actually a journey, and the journey is to really revolutionize how people would to use their phones to actually use it daily for payment. Okay, China has already seen that revolution, and everyone has been using that. And for those that is not accustomed to how China has been using mobile payment, when you actually go for anywhere, you can say 100% of the merchants, they are all using WeChat or Alipay as a form of payment. And if you were to give them cash, you will be one of the odd ones out, and they will probably scold you because you're wasting their time. Alright? And because, you know, when you actually pay for something and there's change to be given, it actually slows down that process of a trade. And you use WeChat, it's just like 5 seconds, 10 seconds payment transaction. Yeah. So basically, that is what we're going to achieve with our wallet as well. And on October 5th, during the event itself, we are going to have merchants, and you can actually use your current CTO wallet to actually purchase for things, and you can actually experience how it's going to be. Yeah, talking about a bit about SQ2, right? So I've been with SQ2 for a long time, and I started developing Aura in SQ2, but because of SQ2 as a company itself, they need to actually make revenue in order to stay alive. So while they are developing Aura itself, we have many delays due to projects that we need to actually handle for other companies, IoT projects and things like that, right? So there are a lot of times where Aura development has to be delayed because of that, and the IP and licensing is actually designed in such a way that it's co-owned by both parties, but we have a anonymous decision, that unanimous decision that Aura will be a open source project. Okay, so it will be a free blockchain platform, just like how IOTA is. There will be no tokens being issued. Okay, there's no token issued. There is no gas fees. Okay, everybody just participate. Okay, and read more about how Ore is from ore.io. And yeah, it's gonna be the next thing. See, for Ethereum itself, you have a tokenized model. You have to buy Ethereum and things like that. But in Ore itself, there's nothing to buy. You just participate. Anyone can just integrate the SDK into their the app, and you participate in the network. So Cloud is one of the contributors to the network itself by putting 850,000 accounts or these devices onto the network. Like all platforms itself, we are all trying to prove whether the platform is working or not working. Okay, and what better proof than to make a real project out of this? That is why, in order to make Ore to be adoptable, okay, we eat our own dog food, as what the Microsoft guys would say. All right. So yeah, we eat our own dog food. We actually ran Cloud token on top of the Ore network, which was forked out to become BBS, right? So yeah, it's still Ore or Aura, okay, at the underneath architecture. And when we actually launch it, open source it, there will be no say. There will be no naysays that it's not working, it's this and it's that. We already proved it. It's working. We have 1.5 million people or 100 million people running on it now. So what you want to say, right? Not like the rest of the other platforms where, like EOS, you have to pay projects to actually come into you, right? So no longer that. We're going to make it free. We're going to make blockchain really, really free. So basically that's what we're going to do. I'm 43 kilometers away from the border crossing to Singapore. This is one of my slowest drive. Normally it will just take me less than 3 hours to actually get to Singapore, which I'll be driving at about 180, 200. But now the whole entire ride, it's 120, 130. So I'm the safest as I can be now. Report something is wrong to Facebook by shaking my phone. how much data do you get? The ones that we're giving you, you'll get 1 gig for 7 days in KL. Then we'll have packages for you. Alright, all this will be revealed very soon because we're working out the package for the region. It depends on which region SIM card you're getting. As Luigi actually had in his post, we're going to have 3 flavors of the SIM cards. Asian SIM, but predominantly it's Southeast Asia. So we don't cover this, India yet. Okay, so Australia, we don't cover Australia. You have the UK SIMs that covers the whole of UK, all the countries, and we have the US SIMs, which actually covers US and Latin America. So there are different SIMs, different packages to choose from. Yes, I'm using the Cloud SIM now for this. I've been using Cloud SIM for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, since I actually got the SIM. The only troublesome part is this. Okay, I can't use it as my only SIM. It can only be a companion SIM now because I don't have a phone number, right? So there's no phone number in Cloud SIM, and in order to register WeChat or WhatsApp and things like that, for WeChat probably not, because for WeChat you can use QQ, all right. But for WhatsApp you need a phone number, unless you use some other phone numbers to actually get the SMS. Then yes, you can use WhatsApp on the Cloud SIM. So the Cloud SIM you can't get any SMS because there's no phone number for it. Remember, this card that we're giving you, Cloud SIM, is anonymous. Anonymous. Yeah, Australia data is cheap anyway. Probably we'll hook it up. Yeah, it really depends on how much of usage there are in there. I mean, you can't compare this to local SIMs, and if we have a lot of members in Australia, but we do really have, yeah, then we will actually hook it up as well. But at the moment, the Asian SIMs are not linked up with Australia. Yeah, probably it's only come with Opus or something. Well, there are many phones that support 2 SIMs. The Chinese phones, Huawei, yeah. The iPhones that is being sold in China, all are dual SIMs. The China iPhones are dual SIM. Well, the phones are in India are all dual SIMs anyway. Yeah, you get unlimited for 30 a month, but the problem with that is you lose your 30 bucks, right? But you must understand what happens here is you put in 30 bucks or you put in 300 bucks or whatever, you get data and you get your money back when you want to disconnect the service. So yeah, that's the big difference here. I mean, compared to the local SIMs, we can't really compare now. Yeah, it is not really meant to fight the local SIMs yet, but because it's a programmable SIM, we can always do wonders with it. we can actually have a good local package, and we can actually write the IMSI through the air, over the air, to make it to become a local SIM. Wow. I saw a very long post. Sorry, it's a bit too far for me to read. So keep it short, so I can see an answer. Use shorthand, short form as much as possible, so you keep it short. Telstra, yeah, I mean, we can, yeah, I mean, yes, we will look for any operators that can work with us, but it actually depends on the bulk purchase fee that we're getting, and most of this bulk purchase also depends on how much are we buying. Yeah, we will try to cover as much country as possible, but it's only possible if we have a huge user base. For example, if we have 100 million users, and each user were to give us, let's say, maybe 200, 300 bucks, and from that itself, we can actually generate a lot of this income, which we can support the whole entire network. Okay, when we are at that stage itself, we are the largest MVNO, mobile virtual network operator, and we can determine and dictate, just like how Vodafone is. Right? It's always a numbers game. Okay, yeah. So if you want to have everywhere in the world, yeah, this is the only way. We have to build in numbers. When do I plan? Well, it depends on you guys. So if you guys need me to be in Nigeria, yeah, you know, build a 500, 1,000 people event, and then yeah, invite me. I'll be very happy to actually go. But please prepare mics that don't need batteries. I'm known to actually talk for hours non-stop. Like the music I'm listening to. Oh, you guys can hear the music as well. Well, subscribe to Apple Music, the family package. So my daughter, my son can actually listen to it as well. This is the curated top 100. Yep. As I said, cloud is a social economy. We make decisions together. If we don't like something, we all pull out. If we like something, we all go in, right? So we are like the mob. Okay, just think about it like Rome, right? Rome is the first so-called like a democratic society, right? Whereby the people itself actually can dictate what is what. Not even the king can say no or yes, right? Because you can't anger the mob. Well, this has not changed. There's always a bunch of there's always the civilians itself when you gang up together and you make a direction, a decision to boycott something. Okay, China is very famous for that. You know, when there is a trade war going on, and all of them will just say that, okay, we boycott Apple products, or we boycott US products, and they stop buying US products, which there are so many alternative Chinese ones. And you know who benefits from this trade wars? All this local guys. Oops, disconnected again. I pressed the wrong button. I was trying to keep the music a bit down, a bit lower in volume. It's a long, slow drive. Still about 19 kilometers to hit the border crossing. And it's really jammed up. Leon, sorry I can't read Chinese, and I can't hold down to press translate, so sorry. Maybe you can write in English. Let's continue on. So one of the things that I think everyone is asking is why the withdrawal is so slow, why the conversion is so slow, and things like that. I think I've covered that, but I think it's good to refresh a bit of memories. Okay. For withdrawals, it's very difficult. It's because remember that all 100% of all the participated assets all the assets that you participate in Jarvis is actually traded directly in the exchange. Okay, so for you to actually withdraw, we need to withdraw your asset from the exchange. Okay. And each exchange itself, we have 5 accounts in Binance, okay, and the rest are all on contract, okay. So if, let's say for example in Binance itself, you know, Binance itself have this withdrawal limit. Some accounts that we have is about 1,000 BTCs, some accounts is about 100, some is about 500, okay. It depends on which account it is. But when you withdraw, we need to actually look where is your funds located at. So for example, it's at one of these accounts in Binance, and we have to actually look for it and stop the actual Jarvis that is running it, and release the required amount, okay, from there to be sent to a wallet and then to be sent to you, okay. So this is how a withdrawal process is, okay, which means that when, let's say for example, the Jarvis is not just only trading for you. The Jarvis robot trades for probably maybe sometimes 100 people or 200 people at a time, or 300 accounts at a time. So if you were to withdraw, it affects this 200-300 people as well, because we have to stop the robot and take your asset out and then let it run again. So yeah, there is time loss, opportunity loss, okay, for that. when you withdraw, it not only affects other people, it affects the whole system as well. So this is what the situation is. Okay, withdrawal is never fast. It's because you just imagine that the steps it needs to go through. Okay, it's in the exchange. Exchange itself will take some time. Okay, we have to stop the bot and then start it again and then coming out again and transfer to you. All right, the bot itself, in order not to affect too much, okay, we make it so that every 6 hours to 18 hours before we actually shut down the bots to actually take your assets out. So yeah, please don't withdraw for the sake of testing out. If you really want to quit, then withdraw. Any more questions you guys want to ask? I'm 11 kilometers away from the checkpoint. As I said before, anyone that joins the Cloud Token project or the Cloud 2.0 project itself, I not only want to make you wealthy, but I want to make you knowledgeable as well, because this is the only way you can actually keep your wealth and not get scammed by any other projects itself. Okay, many people say that we are a scam, we are this, we are that, but the thing is they never actually look at how we operate and all of these things. What they look for is, oh, are you a company? Are you this? Are you that? And come on, you know, when we actually, I'm not sure, maybe they have not talked to angel investors before, but I can tell you very simply, for anyone that run a business before and you have talked to VCs before, okay, VCs which are really into you, they will not ask so much of questions. They just come here and say that, okay, I believe in you as a person, okay, I know that this thing will work because logics dictate that it will work, okay, and because there's so many things open up, and then you study the whole process of how things are done, and then they'll just put in the money, okay. So it's a very, very simple thing, actually, alright, but things are overcomplicated sometimes. Oh, your cert is in Australia, it's in Tasmania, it's this and it's that. Oh, so Binance in Malta, and then you have Coinbase in Estonia. So what about those countries? Why don't you say that? Because they started years before us. So very funny. Why did we choose Australia? Very simple. They're crypto friendly. The merchant program itself, we are coming up with the proposal. Hopefully within the next 1 week or two. Matthew's team is working hard on it to come up with a proposal that we're going to submit to a large brand airline to join our network itself. Yeah, so once we have that out, and we will actually release it to to the partners to actually use it as your material. You see, we did not start off in a very good manner because when we first started the cloud project itself, as you all might not know, but my team is not handling any of this education material or any of the BPO, or BPO stands for business process outsourcing, or we are not handling media at all, okay? And all this should be handled by a party which has left us and started a new project. So they left us with a hole that we need to cover up and need to actually act upon. So my team actually took this opportunity to really pull this project from its dire straits to where it is today. You can see that whatever we are doing, we're actually doing it at a very, very fast pace. It's because all the engineers actually gets paid in CTOs. So the livelihood of everyone is actually based on CTO. Then you have a bunch of very dedicated engineers. Yeah, I mean, scams or all of these things, is because it's very simple. The market itself, you're not knowledgeable enough to understand what is real, what is not, right? And a lot of this what I call freeloaders or scam busting sites, they just want to actually prey upon your FUD or FUD to earn revenue from advertisements. Let's put it this way: if you're knowledgeable enough, you don't even need to actually look at all of those. Finally, my turning into Tuas. In 40 minutes, I'll reach. So we will need to use something like this to actually cross the first, we call it toll. Yeah, toll. We need this card to actually get into Singapore. Yep, thanks CJ. I try to. You know, kids are getting older and older. They need less and less parenting. So enjoying whatever little time left that I'm going to have with the kids. You know, when they grow up, they have their life of their own. Then it's just lonely time again. Scam groups are another way to promote themselves. Yeah, I mean, if you know, I've seen some really funny ones, right? They actually create a site that bust scams, but they are actually promoting another project or something like that on the site. It's like, okay. Wow, this car is really, really fast. I'm driving at 150, he's pushing me away. Wow, this guy. Thanks, Wave. Well, Touch and Go will never work with us. Number one, they are a monopoly. But of course, if there are majority of the users using cloud token more than Touch and Go, then probably they will switch to us because they know they can make more money. You know, most of this institution, right? They keep their funds actually in the bank, and the bank actually take and roll their assets. And yes, anticipated that drop. The network switching was not too bad. Within 30 seconds, I switched from the Malaysian Maxis network now to a Singtel network. That's through the cloud SIM. That's really, really, really good, actually. In less than 30 seconds. That's, wow, amazing. Hi Ronald, my name is Sergey. It's a very long post, and I'm driving. I can't read that much. Try to shorten your message. Ivan is watching. Hi Ivan, congratulations. Sorry, was cut off there. The system is switching between the Malaysian network and the Singapore network. It's because of how the landmark mask is. We call it the cell date zones, but because these zones itself covers, they cross cover, and these are bound to happen. When I was doing field tests for phones, we always mark these zones. Yeah, lots of data drops. This is the area between Malaysia and Singapore. So the phone itself is switching which is the strongest network and trying to connect to it. So every time when I switch from Malaysian network to Singapore network, I'll drop once. Right? This is very common in self overlaps. All right. I'm trying to drive at 110 to compensate for the switch. When you drive fast, normally the switch would be worse. You know, the most amazing things in China, you see, you have the high-speed trains that actually travels 300 kilometers an hour, and you can still get cell reception. That is amazing. China has one of the best networks in the world. So you want to apply to become a tech support or an engineer? Well, you can write to us. You can write to the CS, and yeah, they will reply you. better now is because I'm driving really slowly. But I'm expecting more drops. Ivan, congratulations on your twins. Yeah, hope to see you soon. Keep safe in Hong Kong. Yeah, sure. Look me up when you are in KL for the event. I'll try to make up as much time as I can for everyone. Drop. I've been getting SMSs from the telcos. Welcome to Singtel. Welcome to Maxis. Welcome to Singtel. Welcome to Maxis. There's like 7-8 messages. So probably 4 from each operator. 3.3 kilometers to the Malaysian border to cross the immigration. Then I'll be in no man's land towards Singapore, then cross the Singapore border, then I'll be in Singapore. Normally, before crossing the border, Malaysian or Singaporean cars would actually stop by a petrol station to actually pump up the petrols, right? So, but this is a huge capacity car. I can actually drive 2 rounds in and out Singapore 2 times, KL Singapore. So yeah, don't need to pump any petrol. Plus it's a hybrid, so yeah, I can actually live on the charge, and hybrid you can go up to like 800 plus kilometers, maybe 850 for a full tank. It's really nice. Do my little bit for the environment. Stop using straws, plastic straws. Stop using plastic bags.